up, YouTube? Greenberg here, and I am here to bring you my review of, finally, the Doomlands 2169 series Vagabond. Now, the Vagabond was the second blaster to come out in the Doomlands series. First, we have the Lawbringer, and yes, I did the cut down on the handle. This is still very comfortable. While I haven't figured out what I'm doing here, this has become, to me, a much more better handling blaster. But we're not reviewing that. We're reviewing this thing. Now, what is the Vagabond? On the outset, it looks like it is a revolver with a shotgun grip. And you are right. That's basically what this is. For those of you who have been nerfing for a while or know of the Rebel series, you will know of a blaster called the Guardian Crossbow. This is the boy version. And the reason I say that is because basically what this is it's the internals of the Guardian Crossbow, because the Guardian Crossbow was a pump-action strong arm, which is what this is. It's got 6 cylinders, just like the crossbow, just like the strong arm. Prime it, fire, and it rotates post-prime, post-firing, just like the strong arm, just like the crossbow. It's set up just like the other Doomlands series blasters. You have this weird off-orange color. You have the bright orange on the front. The cylinder on this one is black, whereas the Lawbringer's was orange. The handle, and this is actually also the only real black on the blaster, sans the paint job, because for some reason with this one, instead of doing a black handle and black pump grip, they decided to do dark gray. And it's a darker gray than the dark gray that is here. Whereas the other one has no gray and is just, it has this gray and it has black in it. And just like the Lawbringer, you have the clear-sided, you have the clear on the one side, the clear cut outside on one, and then on the other side it's mirrored with the solid light gray. Now, it does have one tack rail, which is the new design version of it, which I loved. It's not that stupid spring anymore, so when you take these things apart, they don't go flying all over the place. This does have a slam fire feature. I'm going to go over slam fire more later on when I give my final thoughts, because I have a lot of thoughts on this thing. But before I get to those, let's go into the internals, and let's see what we're actually working with this thing. Okay, so fun little fact that when I was taking this apart, I was going to do the unscrewings for sake of time. I noticed that a lot of this stuff comes apart. So the orange assembly on the front of the barrel, it's what I kind of figured, that it was all separate pieces. So this lower piece here, this upper piece, completely and totally separate. They came apart, came off. And even this is separate, wasn't even part of it. So we've moved those aside, and then we get into the heart of the blaster. Now, there are 2 hidden screws underneath the pump grip here. So just be mindful of that when taking it apart. And I don't think I got all the screws all the way. There we go. And here is the actual internals of the blaster. Now, it shows it a little bit more clear than what you can see in the clear side of the shell. Although it's still, you can see it, it's still it's easier to see it like this. And pretty much what we were figuring is we were right. This is basically the internals to the Rebel Guardian Crossbow. The pump action is pretty much the same plunger system, the plunger firing mech, which is basically straight up a strong arm, with the additional contraptions of the slide prime. Basically, whatever you can do to a Guardian Crossbow is what you're going to be able to do to this. The only difference is, though, unlike the Guardian Crossbow, where that has basically a front-loading turret, you have this gigantic monstrosity. Now, there really isn't much to do with this. Other than possibly just cutting it down and minimizing it, which there's plenty of room to do. It's just a matter of the fabrication of it. So basically, that's what you can do with this, is just whatever strong arm upgrades you can do, or I should say rebuilt Guardian crossbows, because this is enough to be different. It's just enough to be different from a strong arm, but it's basically the same workings. And then minimize it. So that's basically it. I'm going to close this up. I'll give you my final thoughts once I do so. Okay, so my final thoughts on this thing. I don't like it. Now, I know some of you are most probably thinking, you love the rough cut. How can you not love this thing? For various reasons. One, I do like the design of it. However, I don't like the function of it. Because I have a full 6 darts loaded into this thing, because I'm going to show you how well slam fire works with this thing. The one thing I don't like about this elongated cylinder is the fact that, one, it's open at a point to load it, and then you still have the closed off barrels here. You would have been better off just chopping it off right here, putting in like a little thing here, and just making it, an easy front loader or something like that. Just have like where the tack rail is here, just put a strip of plastic right down the center. Well, not down the center, but like here, almost like a strong arm would be set up so you can stabilize the cylinder at the point of the connection of the pump right here, because the pump you don't have obviously goes right here, so you don't really need anything past here, because look, this is the end of the cylinder, and that's the end of the pump. You could have just put a simple piece of plastic right here to stabilize the cylinder, and this would have been, in my opinion, a little bit better. But because you have this gigantic clunky thing here, you're now looking at the fact of you're firing a dart that has to go through an open barrel into now a closed barrel to actually fire. I just personally think that's a stupid idea. You can argue with me on it or not, but personally, I just don't like the way that functions. Second thing with this gigantic, ridiculous, stupid cylinder is the fact that if you look at it, it basically looks like they carved out the barrel for it, which aesthetically looks cool. However, if you actually put your fingers along here, now I'm doing this and I'm not cutting myself out, but I just moved the cylinder with it, with my finger on this edge, and it pinched and it hurt. Now, if you're running an HVZ game or something like that, you're not going to cut your finger on this, but if you aren't paying attention and you move really quick, you might actually hurt yourself, either pinching or whatever. The other issue is the slam fire. Now, I've always said, unless you have more than 12 darts, slam fire is useless. I know the rough cuts have slam fire. I never use slam fire on my rough cuts unless it's just for lulz or I panic. 6 darts, you're going to burn through this super quick. Now, the other problem is with the priming mech with the shotgun, this is what happens if you slam fire too fast. I'm holding down the trigger. To me, this is what slam fire is. It jams. How the hell does a cylinder-based blaster jam? And it gets to the point of, once it does that, the trigger has to reset, which isn't the always easiest thing, and then you get to fire again. I'm sorry, that is such a screwed up thing. Because you can sit here and slam fire like this. And look at that, I was going slow and this damn thing jammed up on me. So, I don't know what's going on with it, but the slam fire in this thing is a horrendous piece of junk. And this also retails for $25. The Guardian crossbow retailed for $20 at tops. The strong arms are going, if you go to Target, they're going for like $12 now. And I'm sorry, a $13 write-up for extra unneeded plastic and a shotgun prime that works is not worth $13. If you really want to get a Doomlands blaster, do not get this. Get the Lawbringer. It's more expensive, but I guarantee you, you're going to have a hell of a lot more fun, and it's not going to actually jam on you like somehow a revolver can. Anyway, that's my thoughts on this piece of junk. I will not be getting it again, and I will be removing a slam fire. If I do anything with this thing, I'm removing slam fire, and I'm shortening that stupid barrel. If I just don't get rid of it outright. But that's my thing. Let me know what you think of this stupid thing in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, throw me a like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time. Later.